Hello, everyone, no one, and anyone in between. My name is V, and welcome back to my hardcore world. I know we've been gone a little while, but it's all worth it for today's episode, where I am building over 100 custom trees to transform this island from this barren scape before you into a beautiful forest. And so, without further ado, let's gather some materials and get right into it. Okay, so we have our three paths set up. We got one going this way, and then one that forks off going in this way and then that way. And all of our supplies are right there. Now, I figured out whereabouts I want this forest to end. It's about where this giant gap is. Right along this line here is where about the forest will end. Of course, it will slowly fade into here from about this point into nothingness. And then, yeah, we still have a bunch of the mountain to work on. I think I might work on some of this, but first, we should get a few trees in and just a general layout of where we want everything to be. Definitely going to have the thicker pit of forest over there, and definitely something thin around the river here. So yeah, let's just quickly hop into a little time lapse and get some things done. Remember when I said spider legs earlier? I meant spider web. Because yeah, this looks more like a web rather than a bunch of legs strewn out. Maybe on this side it looks like legs, but eh. This is really just the idea of where I want the landmass to go. I'll fill this in as we go throughout this episode. But for now, I'm liking it the way it is. I can probably just... I'll leave this alone in the background for now. We need to work on the rest of this road and this rest of the scenery, really. So I have a lot more to do. Which isn't going to be too good of close-up commentary and, well, any kind of good entertainment, because I will literally just be placing grass blocks all over this place, making a web just like that mound over there, till it looks semi-natural, and you can forget that I am standing one block into the ocean, right down there. So, without further ado, I say we make this look very nice. Without further ado, people, I give you the spaghetti monster. The dirt spaghetti monster. Dirt and grass spaghetti monster. Because, my god, this looks horrid at the moment. And yes, I did bring a sniffer over here. I needed more of the flowers. I want the glowing flowers, some of the bigger ones too. Yeah, but back to this. I don't know what I've created here. It's just really a really rough layout of where I want the levels of the grass to go, how I want the hills to flow. And I'm not even, like, I may be 2/4 of the way done, halfway done, maybe 2/3 of at least this side. I need to build out this entire region over here and this region over here, fill in this, and get all this in. And that's just half of it. We still need to build the forest on top of it. So, without further ado, I think it's time for one more time lapse. And let's kick it off. This looks so much better compared to what it was. So we've gotten rid of most of the spaghettiness, and we just need to finish off this area and bring this into more of this as we get along. And I really like how it's turned out so far. We got nice elevations of valleys and things and hills and a path going through here. It does look a bit odd now because I haven't finished this side of it yet, or this side really, except for maybe that, but even that is just temporary. And yeah, I think the next step is just to, well, fill in this area. So in a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. And that looks a lot better than where it started, just like that one. I'll talk about the logs in a second. But as you can see, we have a bit of landmass going out here. I am planning to put mounds along here, so I haven't stretched out too far. We do have small cliffs, a bigger cliff over here. I am planning on having a little bit of a runoff going along this side, just kind of as like it drains off the side there, flows underneath here, and then meets up with this one underground. And now we can talk about the logs over here. This is the baseline for the forest I've planned out, where along the edge here, there's going to be a bit denser stuff, like over here, where you see all the flowers. Maybe not so much as the mushrooms, but definitely more like this, where we have flowers lining the roads, a few fallen logs. Because as you go into a forest from like a field or anything like that, you see denser stuff on the edge, where as you go into it, it opens up, there's less vegetation, and, well, vegetation on the ground as you get into the old growth of trees, which blocks out the sun, causing very little growth. However, I do plan on having some spots like this where they're a bit more open, and we'll have bits of lush grass and everything on the inside. And yes, I still need to finish the hill. As you can see, I do have a few, well, two demonstrations of what I plan to do on the outside here, where it's just going to be small trees that have managed to grow up. And I might add 1 or 2 of these big trees along here to provide shade for like the travelers going down this road, and to close it in a bit more. As if the mountain that I'm going to build wasn't going to close this place in any. Yeah, I think it's about time that we start getting a few trees built just to get a rough idea of what we need to do. So I might have gotten a little carried away in building up the trees in the forest and whatnot. I've even placed some right over here. But this is the general layout. Yeah, it will change. I do have to either remove some trees, add some trees, or just move them around. It really depends. And over there, we'll probably have it a bit more spread out so it's not quite as dense. Or at least something like this. I'm not sure yet. But now we get to start decorating the trees. And before I get to that, I'm kind of tired of placing logs, so I'm going to work on the river for a second. That'll just be a quick time lapse, and then we'll hop into this time lapse of me building up some trees. I do hope that I can get the effect of where I have smaller trees in the front, so it's a bit more dense along the side, and then opens up inside. But that'll be a tricky thing to get, and yeah. Let's get the river done, and then move on to the trees. And boom, just like that, we have a new river base. Now, I did raise the water level on the inside just because I didn't want this to look, well, half empty. I might actually add another water layer in here just so it's a bit more closer to the edge. Oh, and along the bridge here, I did add a little bit of detail. I'm not sure how I like it, but I think it looks pretty good. Like, this has been eroded by the water. It's just a bit more, what's the word, grimy on the bottom. Then as we head down here, we can see that, yeah, I need to finish this area. It'll go into a cave or something else in the future. I still need to work on it, of course. And yeah, the road's not finished either. But now we can start work on the trees here. I do plan to make them kind of like this, where I did base these off of spruce trees where they have a bit of gap in the middle and all the leaves kind of angled down. So, and they do have a little spike on top. I do need to, what I think I might do is take a schematic of some of these and paste them over these trees so I can see how they'll line up and how they'll look before I actually start building them. Or I could do the actual me thing and just start building and deal with the consequences later. Yeah, I think that's how it'll go. It'll be fun. So, yeah, let's go ahead and start building. I nearly just got blown up. So we're gonna put a hold on the time lapse there, and I am going to start the process of starting to light things up around here. First, let me. I need more dirt. Hi, this is Future V here. Just coming in to say that I didn't focus on lighting this forest up at all, and just continued to build even more trees. That led to more mobs spawning! Yay! But back to the time lapses, and then back to the main episode of me building trees. Okay, I want to just have a quick little note here. This took a very, very, very long time to build. All these trees, I'm having to put leaves on them and build out the branches. And you want to know something funny? That grove over there took me like 2 hours to get ready because I had to set them all up, make sure they're the right distance apart. There are a few open spaces, of course, because I want to put flowers and have like a nice little sight line. Then I had to put the branches on, and now I got to put the leaves on. And kill that creeper. Where'd it go? There it is. I have to kill that creeper. But if we just walk over here, ignoring the creeper for now, you can see that I did take a little bit of a break and built up a little berry patch. Now this is just meant to be for decoration. I might come over here for berries at some point in the future, but I doubt it. This is mostly meant to be decoration. I'll probably add a few path blocks going up through here. Actually, wait, I can. Just to show that like this is meant for travelers that just want like a snack or are low on supplies. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's something going on with my screen where if I move up, there's a weird little like wave effect. I don't know why it's happening, but I think it has something to do with the path blocks, but I'm not too faffed about it. But yeah, that looks a lot better. Of course, I do have to add some overgrowth and whatnot for all those. And I might even expand it over to here, going up this way. I did plan on the edge of the forest coming right along here, so there's going to be a few shrubs and everything. But this place is really coming together. I'm really enjoying this. Of course, we still have to finish the mountain to put all the trees in perspective, because some of these trees are really tall, and the mountains are going to be so much taller. What if we just take a little vantage point? That is looking cool. You know what I need? I need a horse, just so I can ride along here, make sure that this is working properly. And, oh, this is going to be so good. I just need to put the finishing touches on those, add some more stuff around here, finish off the river, and this list is getting longer by the second, so I should probably get back to work. So yeah, let's put some leaves on those trees over there. Just like that, folks, we have trees. Of course, I do need to finish off the back ones here, but I want to take a little bit of a break. And yes, I did add a few more rows, and I think they're looking pretty good. I, of course, still need to detail them. But over here, we have this guy. And you know what? He gave me an idea. Oop. Ah, it's me. Ah, it got me. But anyway, he gave me a good idea, if I do say so myself. I'm going to bring some allays in here. And with the mod I have on here, which is called Effective, which was created by Dr. Rat here on YouTube, you might have seen it in the time lapse, but it's the mod that allows me to see things like that. And another part of the mod is allays. If I could fly, there we go. In the mod, if you have an allay, it can lead a trail that glows, and they can also be blue or gold. And I want a lot of those. I want them to be like floating around in there. I'll probably just have them like attached to leads, attached to the branches, so they don't go too far. But I really like that idea, so I'm gonna see if I can find a pillager outpost that has them. I found one. Yes, I found some other stuff too, but that's not important. What I need now is... Ooh, goat horn. That's my favorite too. I'll be taking that. And... Come on, where are they? They gotta be around here somewhere, right? They can't... They all spawn with them, right? Outpost number 2. And I see a golem. Is that a good sign? Please tell me it's a good sign. Wait, have I already been here? I don't think... No, these are new chunks. Hello. I'm gonna rob you real quick. Just going up the stairs. Ah, nothing interesting. Really? Huh, just a golem. Well, might as well. There you go. Have fun. I love causing chaos. Anyway, on to outpost number 3. Ooh, horses. No. I need to focus. I need allays. Alright, outpost number 3. Please. Oh, hang lag. Yes! There are allays! Oh, and this one's actually really close to my base. Yay. And look, they have the little trails. Oh, that's... Alright, we need to go. Come on. Ow. Oh, jeez. I don't want to hit the allays, though, and they keep getting in the way. Yes. No! How dare you. Oh, good. Okay. Now, I just have to get them home without falling into a hole. My home's that way. So, I need to get rid of these guys. before they kill my allays. Good. Alright, you two come with me now. You're safe. I really hope that, like, when I duplicate them, I have a chance of getting a yellow one, because I really want a golden one. But now, so begins the long trek back home. Just like that, we are home, and I have some supplies to hopefully duplicate them. I think this is how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to give them one of these, right? Or have I messed up already? Can I not swap out the emerald? What? What the? Oh man, now I gotta catch him again. Come back here. I got a gold one. I got a gold one. I had to hit. I panicked. I didn't expect to get one. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yes. Look at it. It's so. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, I might actually like the yellow ones more than the blue ones, but nah. I'm going to give this one a torch flower because that makes sense. And I figured out how to get the. Yep, that's how you get the emeralds. You have to click with an open hand. And then I'll give one of them a pitcher pod because those look nice. And then I'll give one of them a pitcher flower. Yeah. Ah, but it's so good. I can actually have yellow ones now. Sorry, dance party over. Oh, this is going to be fun. Just like that, folks, we have a nice little decorated path here. And if you can see out of the corner of your screen, I have figured out how to place the burn nests. Yay! Now, what we need to do is find some birds. Now, I could use chickens, or I could use parrots, which are infinitely harder to get because they do not breed, and they're only found in the jungle biome. But they can fly, so... first burb, first burb. Yes, I'm using hitboxes to find them, but... Yes! Oh, look, it's a little adorable blue one. I want to find like 3 more, and then I'll be good, be all settled. Now, where could they be? You are... Oh, please get... Oh, right. Haha! He's on my shoulder. This looks so cool. I'm going to keep him there for a while. I need to find the other ones, though. You know, sometimes... Remember those photos I showed you while I was, like, searching for the LAs, where I found, like, the cursed stuff? Yeah, I think my world is just full of cursed things. I mean, look at this. It's not attached to... It's very cool, but it's not attached to anything. Also, there's a creeper over there somewhere. But, let's just, see where this is. F2. I'm keeping that. Ooh, an ocelot. I remember when those things used to be cats. Whenever you used to be able to tame these things and turn them into actual pets. Oh, I miss that. There's... Look at it. Look at it run. Wait. These things can kill my birds. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Wait, do they attack? Is it parrots that they attack, or is it chickens? Either way, I'm keeping them away. Stay away. Evil cats. Just one more bird, and I'm good. I actually do want to find, like, a red one, if I can. Maybe some more gray ones. Those will look really good. Back to searching. I think adding birds was a great decision. Now, of course, I will add more detail to make sure the moss doesn't look, out of place. But I really like this, where I got, like, 2 there. There's a few that just have, like, a single bird in it. I'll probably add a few more birds around here somewhere. Not sure where, but, only time will tell. But I really like this, where I got little specks of, like, movement from the... I keep wanting to call them fairies. They're allays, not fairies. I got a sudden urge to say fairy godparents. But no, they're just allays that I have holding items. And, of course, over here we need to add more detail, like the podzol and whatnot, but I need to collect that. And, of course, once we get to decorating, I can't really stop, so... I say I bring more of the podzol into this area, make it look a little bit more, foresty. And then I think that just about wraps it up for decorating in this area at least. I still need to do a few more things. And with night falling, as we walk around, ignore the items. As we walk around, you can see that I have lit up this place a lot more, so it's a bit safer now. Of course, there are some places where I do need to add more details, and we'll get that in a second, but for now, look at this. This looks amazing. Ignore that side. We're going to look at this side. You can even see, I probably need to space those out a bit more so they're not quite as obvious, but I like the little fungus things that we got going. Got a nice little lit up area here, and yeah, we still need to work on this area. But as for these missing spaces of detail that I'm talking about, like in there and over here, I don't want to just like put flowers or another tree in the spaces like I have been doing. What I want to do is actually tie this area a bit closer together. Because over here, if you can see, ignore the skeleton and all the mobs spawning, but we have boulders here. We have a few there, and I wanted to make it look like, you know, the mountain's really old, so maybe some bigger rocks fell from there and they kind of landed there and the forest grew back around them. So I want to bring these a bit more forward. So I'm going to put a few rocks in that area, this area, and I actually think I know exactly what I would do with that area. I'm going to have a giant rock right there. But I'm not going to put any in this area over here because, well, that's a bit far for it to go. Eventually I might have more rocks around here and in this area, because I do want to curve the mountain out a bit and send it back. But for now, we're just going to put some rocks in this area and maybe a few in this area here, just to have it a bit more, you know, into the land. Originally, my thought process behind these rocks was that they got rid of them through carving out this path going up here, but now I think I'm just going to have it like bits of the mountain falling off and they just kind of collected here at the bottom. So yeah, let's add a few rocks around this area. That's a nice boulder. Actually, I really like it. Granted, I probably could do better. I'll probably come back here and detail it a bit more or just flat out replace it with a newer one. But I like this so far, where it's kind of upright and kind of pointing over there. I think what I'll do is add a few more along here, maybe have a tree across one of them to look really fancy. Yeah, we definitely need to add a few more into this flat area here because look at this. Oh, that's an amazing shot right there. Look at that. You get the boulder, you get a bird nest, you get the flowers, you get a flower, and you get the nice little forest, even with a fairy and another bird nest. I really like that angle, actually. I can't wait till every part of this looks exactly like that. And even over here, we have a little bit more detail with a little burnout campfire, and I'll move the mop-ups eventually, but honestly, I might keep some of them just because. And yeah, we need to add more boulders around here. We need to add them into this flat land here because so far this is the most elevation we have. And then, of course, I need to add the one right here, the big one. And of course, we have a lot more detail work to do, which is mostly just going to be me fine-tuning and adding more birch leaves like this. Wait, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I'm adding birch leaves as kind of like faded pine needles. And with the moss on top, it just really sells a look that they've been kind of overgrown and turned a bit more green. And if I could avoid the berries and actually get back to where I want to, you can see that I've done a bit more work back here too. I think at one point I replaced one of these with a moss block that was touching the ground. I can't seem to find where I did it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I wanted to make it look like this has been overgrown by like grass and moss. And I think it does a really good job. And of course, over by the trees where the parrots are, this is going to be like where they built their nest, where a lot more moss is compacted. So there's a bit more around there. And I think that's a nice little detail that I've added. Now, if I could escape, I'll start doing this more and more throughout these next few clips, but yeah, I think next we're going to be working on adding the boulders around. So let's go ahead and, well, while I work on the big one and do a time lapse of that, we'll come back with a few more details spread out throughout this forest. And go! And just like that, folks, we have more detailed forest because we have a boulder over there. We have a boulder hidden behind the tree over there. It's a small one, but it's still there. And then we have one here, one around the corner here, and then of course the big one that I showed you in the time lapse. And then of course we have all these leaves that I've added and changed out, where we have the subtle change between them. And I really like that because no tree is going to be one consistent color. They're always going to be like slightly different shades and depth and all that. And I really like how it's all turning out. Now, of course, there is one issue. And now we have to do all of this on this side. And get rid of those guys. I don't even know why they're there. That's a lot of them, though. Like, let's see, that's 6 of them? Don't they usually spawn like 4 or 5? Eh. But yeah, we need to turn all of these stumps into this, which is going to take a lot of time, and I probably will skip out on a few of the details, like the bird nests and everything, and a lot of the stuff that goes on the forest floor there, just to save myself some time. But we need to get this all the way up here to about this right here. And yes, I know this is starting to infringe on my temporary builds, but I still like it, and I think what I'll do is get about to here with the, what was that, podsoil? Yeah, podsoil right about there, and I'll start transitioning into other trees, like oak, and maybe some birch, and other things. And then I have a special little thing to go right along there. So without further ado, I say we kick off into one more time lapse, and get this forest built. So, those time lapses ended a bit prematurely because, well, the game updated, I released a new episode, which you can probably see on my channel, and I waited for a few more mods to update, as you can see from my skin. I even changed a few things, because now, look, I got horns. I got actual 3D horns. But besides that, I did a little bit of a live stream after the last video went out. Ugh. Words are difficult today. But as on the stream, we finished up putting all the branches onto the trees. And yes, I also did some other off-camera stuff, like filling this in, digging this out, and replacing this with stone. But those aren't important, as now we have started on the leafage. We have started putting leaves on the trees, and I have to say, it looks so much better. Once I get on all the detail and get rid of the torch spam, this will look so good. And I still need to work on the fallen tree, but we'll get to that here in a second. But yeah, it ends about here, and it's just, I just love it so much. And I haven't even gotten to the detailing yet. And you also may notice that I have brand new clouds in the sky, and there's going to be a few more things that you'll notice throughout the episode. But I am really loving this. I feel like this is really becoming my game now. I'm gonna pause the time lapse right here because I have a problem that I need to show you guys. See this skeleton right here? This one that I'm slowly zooming around, and it looks so great. That's one of the rarest mobs in the game, where it is covered in full diamond. I'm pretty sure some of the pieces were enchanted. I can't really tell from the time lapse footage. But you want to know what I did whenever I spotted it? I flew away. I flew away from the rarest mob in the game and let it despawn. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I know. Just like that, folks, we have an entire forest full of trees, all leaved, no, not all quite decorated. We still need to get in all the detail work like we did over there. But I am so happy that it has turned out like this because just look at it. Look at this. It looks so good. Oh, bit laggy, but I still really like it. We even have some fallen trees in here. We have one over there on the cliff. And what I like most about this is that I managed to get a great little tree line demonstrating where the hill actually goes up and then suddenly just drops off right here. Now, I'm not always happy with how some of them turned out, like this over here. This is meant to be like a freshly fallen tree that like took off the branches of these. And some of these shorter ones, I'm not quite happy with the design. Those will probably change over time, but for now, I'm really proud of this. We have all of that over there. We have all of these over here. All these together, I'm guessing, is at least 100 custom trees at the very least. Oh, it's just so good to have it, and we got a few beehives scattered about here. I'll have to put some flowers in so they stick around a bit more. And then, of course, we got the immersive sounds with the crickets or cicadas, whichever you prefer. And it is just so amazing to be done with it for now. Oh, at least done with the first part. Oh no, wait, no. Those were first part, trees were a second part, now it's on the third part of detailing, where we put some allays in there. And yeah, unfortunately, the ones you saw earlier, they were part of the effects mod, which unfortunately I do not have at the moment. Oh look, it's emoting! They have emotes because of fresh animations. Yeah, I think for now, what I'm going to do is quickly just, well, little bit of a time skip to where I have a bunch of mushrooms and all sorts of things over in the woods there. And whoop. And with that, folks, I do believe I have done enough decorating for, well, I've been on and off, so this has been about a three months to get to this point. So yeah. Anyway, we have a few fallen logs that I'll add more like this, where it has the acacia wood and the pod soil, because as spruce trees decay, they actually turn gray rather than like just mushy green and whatnot. But I do like adding the pod soil in; it adds a bit of flavor. And of course, I applied the same logic over here, where I should probably swap that out. Actually, ignore the dirt. That's for another episode. We'll change that out and do the same for all of these. just to make it look more faded, and eventually it will turn into the acacia wood. And we still have to decorate this. I'll eventually make it look more like these trees, and we need to add leaves to these. But that's another thing to get off the list eventually. For now, though, we'll focus on expanding the forest and adding a few of these smaller trees, which I can manage a bit better. Eventually, it'll go all the way to about there, where I intend to build like a settlement around there, and that's just going to be like the main attraction of it. But overall, I am super, super happy with how this project has turned out. And with that, I do hope you folks enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button down below so you can see more of my content. And with that, folks, I'll see you all in the next one. Hopefully it'll be less than a 3-month wait. Bye now.